The first award we are very happy to present. Colleen Coble, our CEO, is going to present the Lifetime Achievement Award.
This is always a super fun award because, it's kind of the pinnacle. That doesn't mean we want her to quit writing, but, there are certain names in the industry that as soon as you hear them, you know who that is because you have almost certainly read one of her books. And when we began to discuss who would be the recipient of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, who else could we give it to but Robin Lee Hatcher? You can come over this way, Robin, start making your way. We don't look at just the body of work and the awards that the recipient has received. Although those are very important, but we also look at people who have given back to the industry. And Robin has a huge heart and has always been supportive and helpful with aspiring writers and other writers who are just in the industry. If you've been around, you've gotten a hug from her, seen that smile. And we've often prayed for my dear friend Diane Hunt, who lost her battle with ovarian cancer this last year. And Robin was like one of her very favorite people. And so I have to tell this funny little story. The very first ACFW conference Di went to, she was in my room and she was talking to her husband. And the door opened and Robin walked in. And Di said, "Jim, I have to go. There are famous people in the room." so she was so starstruck. So when Robin endorsed a book for her, that was like God himself had bestowed that. And Robin has written over 70 novels and novellas, and she's won every award in the business multiple times. She's just an amazing writer, beautiful writer, and a beautiful person. And we are ACFW is so pleased to award the Lifetime Achievement Award to her tonight. Me crying, I won't be able to see what I wrote. I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing when Colleen Coble's face appeared on my iPhone. And as I reached to answer, I thought perhaps she was calling about a Mac issue or an iPhone because we both love our devices. I never imagined for a minute what she was about to tell me. I never dreamed I would receive this incredible honor from ACFW. To say I'm humbled and touched is an understatement. Words fail me, and that's never a good thing for a writer. When I began this writing journey in 1981, I had no clue of the rich experiences and wonderful friendships it would bring into my life. All I knew was that I had a story and characters running around in my head, not to mention those voices, and I needed to get it onto paper. In the evenings after getting home from work, I would write on legal pads. Then the next day at the office, I would type those pages on the IBM Selectric during coffee breaks and my lunch hour. There was no internet back then, no such thing as email yet. There weren't any easily accessible writers groups, or as many of them as there are today. It was just me, my legal pads, and the office typewriter, plus all of the how-to books that I could borrow from the public library. In 1983, a few months before my first novel was published, I joined Romance Writers of America. ACFW wouldn't exist for almost 20 more years. In 1986, I attended my first RWA National Conference. My fifth book was about to release, but I was most definitely a wide-eyed rookie. I soaked up the words of the brightest stars and best writers at the time. I workshopped until I dropped. Last January, I marked 30 years as a published author. As you can imagine, I'm not so wide-eyed at conferences anymore. I've attended at least 150 of them, from small conferences of 20 people up to big conferences with over 2,200. And while I always learn something when I attend a writers' conference, mostly I go to network and to simply enjoy the company of other writers and other publishing professionals. If you're a novelist, you know it's nice to be around others who also have stories and characters running around in their heads, not to mention those voices, but who aren't in straitjackets. Over the past 3 decades, I've received numerous awards and honors. They have served as encouragements when this crazy business has done its best to get me down. But the ACFW Lifetime Achievement Award already holds a very special place in my heart. Tonight, I thank God for the call He placed upon my heart, first to follow Him and then to write for Him. I'm thankful for the husband He brought into my life twice. I love you, Jerry. I hope the iPad's working with the live blogging. I'm so blessed by all the people my writing journey has brought into my life. My wonderful agent, Natasha Kern, we've been together for 25 years, and she's so much more than a colleague. She was even the maid of honor at my wedding. All of the professionals I've worked with at different publishing houses, too many to mention, but with a special shout out to the amazing editors that I have worked with at 8 or 9 different publishers in the CBA. Let me tell you, I came from the ABA, 30 books in the ABA. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the best edited writers there are out there. I kid you not. Fellow novelists who I have had the privilege to call not merely friends, but my brothers and sisters in Christ. Far too many to name, but I do have to name the special women I meet with every summer, because these women are more than brainstorming partners. Woo! Sorry. They are the care group and my touchstones, and they have enriched my life since 2003 when we began meeting. Brandolyn, Tammy, Sunny, Franny, Karen, Sharon, Janet, Gail, and Tricia. I thank you so much for all that you have meant in my life. And of course, my readers, whose letters and emails and the occasional face-to-face meetings have meant and continue to mean so much to me. All of them, all of you, have become part of my life because of this crazy, mixed up, wonderful, crushing, exciting writing journey. It's the people and the relationships that make it all such a joy. Thank you, ACFW, for being a part of that journey, and thank you so much for this honor. I'm forever grateful. And I'd like to close. It just so happened if you were at the breakfast this morning, you got the Voice Bible, which has become my favorite devotional version of the Bible to read. And today's verse that I read seemed perfect for this time and to make it a blessing over all of you, because I believe that God was speaking it to my heart and to yours. Just as you are rich in everything, in faith and speech, in knowledge and all sincerity, and in the love we have shown among you, now I ask you to invest richly in this gracious work too. God bless you, ACFW.
I love you, Robin. I'm so happy for you. And happy for us that we gave you the award of such a wonderful person. Robin is a wonderful writer. She's also a wonderful person. I know Robin. I've seen her go through issues in life, and she is a woman of God. When I was listening to her speak, I was thinking, when I grow up, I want to be like Robin.